Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel, H.J.Davis Art World. I wanted to do this video for a while, so I think what I'm going to do is finally do it. And I wanted to show everybody that's in the comic book geek world, however you want to put it, a particular book that I have not seen anybody do a review on. And this book is by John Burns. Now, I wanted to show you a comparison of size. This is John Byrne's Fantastic Four omnibus, and as you can see, you have a whole lot more room going on. Um, kind of work it where you guys can see it, and that's pretty much what you're looking at as far as size. Let me take this out of the way. It's a pretty nice size book. It's no frills, and when I say no frills, there is nothing extra in the back. There's really nothing extra at all. It's the only thing you really get is what the particular artist at the time felt about why he picked out certain books for this series. Now, this is called John Byrne Artist Select Series. George Perez has one too, which I should have picked it up when I had the opportunity. I hope that the bookstore that I usually frequent has it still. But what it is it's books that the artist thought was some of their favorites. Now, as you can see, let me show you the spine. It's a pretty nice size book. It fills up the whole screen. Um, it's IDW. This is the back. This is the this is the slipcase spine. Fantastic Four, Marvel Fantastic Four Artist Select Series, IDW, and that's the front. And let's get going. Alrighty. Inside the spine. I don't want to drag it out because I know you guys just like to want to see what's going on. This is the back of the dust jacket. The front. It's a really clean book. It really is. It's no frills. It's as I said, it's some of the artists what they felt at the time was their favorite book. Um, get a little certificate in there if you want to pause it. Feel free. Let me take the slipcase off. I am so not a fan of slipcase. I mean, I said slipcase. Excuse me. Dust jacket. I'm so not a fan of dust jackets. And it's cloth. Um, this particular book is cloth material, which I think is cool. I really like the plain style of it. I think that's neat. Um, here's your spine. No frills, as I said. Here's your back. Boom. And let's get right down to it. Uh, Pretty much, as I said, it's just particular stories that the artist liked. This is a copy of 447 out of 999. And I never heard anyone speak about this series. The paper quality is like, it's amazing. As I go through this, I'm kind of starting to feel like, man, maybe there is a little bit more to just because you don't get anything in the back. But it's kind of like on that Bristol board type of style. This is probably the only black and white you're going to get in the series. It's signed by John Byrne. And I think these books are really underrated um, as far as, anybody ever speaking on it. Um, it's matte. It's not gloss, which I like. It covers Fantastic Four 220, 221, 236, 38, 40, 242, 43, 44, 252, 58, 267, 274, 285, Fantastic Four Annual 17. Um, And it's a nice size compared to, as I said, the omnibus. It's on matte paper, which I think is beautiful. Paper is really clean, crisp, very clear. You get some of the Joe Sinnott inks, which I think is cool. He's one of the inkers that I think inks John Byrne pretty well. Um, as you can see, I'm not going to flip through every page, but I just want you to see, the layout, your gutters, um, and I'm a Fantastic Four fan. Um, I'm even more of a Fantastic Four fan of John Byrne's run. I have in floppies most of his run on the Fantastic Four before he really committed to doing the series after he left the X-Men. Um, these are some of the earlier series. And as I said, it's on this really white, semi-Bristol boardish kind of paper, more like a vellum. And the size is just beautiful compared to what you would get in the omnibus. I wish they keep this going. I would like for them to put like extras in there. That would be like this would be an unstoppable series to have if they had like extras, some black and white, some study art in the back. A little bit more, some covers, stuff like that. But this is pretty much what you get. Um, then you get when he came into the game fully on 236 when I think he was leaving the X-Men or he left the X-Men around about that time. Um, this particular one, and they have this down at the bottom, Terror in a Tiny Town, the title of the story. They have the date, Fantastic Four series number, and you get John Byrne, who does the words and pictures in this. Um, I'm not seeing who does the ink, but it could be John Byrne or it could be it doesn't say who does the ink, which is interesting on this one. Hmm. But as you can see, this is pretty much what it looks like. You get some really good stories. You get let's see, let's go to man. Look at how that lays out though. This is my hand, so this is pretty good. Um, I can't complain about it. I actually purchased this by accident because when I had the opportunity to get, oh, you also get the covers too of each book that came out, which is cool. I was actually trying to get the artist edition IDW, the black and white of John Byrne. So I thought I was getting a steal at $88. This actually cost me $88. I got it off of eBay. So when it came, I was like, oh, this isn't the artist edition. Oh, man. And I was going to send it back to the seller, but I said, you know what? I'm going to keep it because I am a fan of John Byrne, and I do enjoy his Fantastic Four run. And the size is just amazing. Just amazing. And his artwork never fails me. His older stuff is what I appreciate. Um, Not so much his new stuff. I think he kind of found a way to draw faster, and that's usually not, you know, something that appeals to me when artists do that. I know he wants to get stuff out, and if that's your livelihood, that's what you do. Always, always, always like this one shot that he did of. I think this is the best shot of Quicksilver on the move ever, hands down. In my opinion, let me say that. In my opinion, outstanding, outstanding, outstanding. It's just beautiful. Background, everything. It's just gorgeous. Um, Everybody likes to see this part of the book. It has a nice binding. I'm not gonna lie. IDW didn't cut any corners with this. I just feel like they needed to add. They should have added more as far as extras are concerned. But I mean, you get John Byrne's artwork in all its glory. You get it on this nice matted uh, format. The paper quality is excellent. There is no, I mean, if you put it to the light, you're gonna see some bleed through. But other than that, I don't know if unless this thing was on like when I grew up called oak tag. It's like this really thick, uh, kind of like a Bristol board type of paper. Um, of course, you get some of the best stories, man. You get the Galactus, the Terrax. You know, you get the good stories. It doesn't fail you on the stories that John Byrne picks out for this series. Some of the best artwork, as far as I'm concerned, of the Fantastic Four put down on paper. It's just beautiful. And I'm biased because I'm a fan, and I think they did this particular one. I have all of these in floppy, um, so it just goes to show you, you know. And I didn't send it back because I just thought like, wow, let me just keep it. But John Byrne, he found a way to put in his library the right poses. And I talk to my son about this all the time. If you get a library, because him and I are both artists, and later on in some of my vlogs, I'll show you some of the stuff that I'm working on. But if you get the right library of poses between, conversations between characters, action scenes, all that good dynamic stuff, and you have a library that you can go to constantly and just tweak it here and there. I mean, you could run for years as a comic book artist. And I always say this: there is the artist that draws very well. Like I'm gonna mention, may he rest in peace, Dave Stevenson. He's another guy that I enjoy his work. Dave Stevens' work is just amazing. But for me, I can't really feel or appreciate him as a comic book artist. Another one is Mark Schultz, Xenozoid Tales, um, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Another one of my favorite artists, but I just don't feel that he is a good superhero, let me say, comic book artist. Everything else he does, I collect his stuff too. It's outstanding. But when it comes to that particular way you draw a superhero, in my opinion, it just they don't do that well. Everything else they do outstanding, but when it comes to like superhero stuff, they just don't do it well. John Burns, George Perez, Sal Buscema. Oh man, the list goes on and on and on of how certain guys has that ability to just make you enjoy the superhero genre. Um, there is superhero fatigue, and I'm gonna leave that for another topic. But I am definitely going to segue into some of that in this video by saying it's just outstanding, um, just amazing. Just you know, I never it never gets old. John Byrne stuff. It just never gets old. I'm just flipping through it, guys, so you can get some of this eye candy, which is amazing. Um, here you go. Another one of my favorite covers. He has some really good, simple covers for his run on the Fantastic Four that I think is just, bar none, some of the best covers in comics. Um, Doctor Doom. You know. And with this particular series, you get this full layout. And let me see if I can do something real quick. See if I can find that particular book. You can see. Give me a second, guys. Matter of fact, let me just put it right here. Probably crushing my spine doing this. There's and this is the omnibus. I don't, you know, his, and this is on glossy paper. You can actually kind of see where um, the difference is at in the way that the matted paper holds the color. Okay, let's see. I think it's the next one. Yeah. No, all of a sudden I can't find it. Did I go too far? Did I go far enough? Um, I think it's here. 1 second, guys. Even though the glossy paper is pretty good too, and I'm not fussing about that. I think the glossy paper is good too. Where is this one? Raw and uncut, guys. Um, it's probably a later series. Yeah. Um, wow. I'm about to say, well, what I'm trying to say. Hold on, let me just. I'm flipping through all this good eye candy, and I'm like, somebody's probably saying, why don't you just look at the page number and see what page it's on? Yeah, I should do that. I'll tell you what. What page is this? What book is this actually? 258. All right. 258. Let's go back to this page. Keep your eye on that page, guys. 258. That stuff. And that there. I should have had this already set up. Oh, that's pretty far back. John Burns is one of those guys that, you can't get enough of his stuff. If I were to go back and collect all the stuff, which I pretty much did. Yeah, he picked that one further out. Yeah, which I pretty much did. I collected everything that dude was doing. I didn't like his Marvel's New Universe run. I thought that was reaching. Um, I can't believe I can't not find this daggone book. Sorry about that, guys. This goes into something else here. I didn't get the, well, I have On Its Way, Volume 2 of John Burns' run. 255. All right. Wow. Oh, man, this stuff. Oh, okay, I know what they did. Okay, I know what they did. You know what? I think what they did was put that in the other one, if I'm not mistaken, but that's on its way. Sorry about that delay in what I was doing, guys. But just to show you the size and how it looks, and I will say, well, you heard me babbling on trying to find that particular book. The matte color and the colors in this, they have stepped it up. It's like they lifted up the colors and it looks like it was just printed, just like yesterday. Awesome. Just awesome. Really good book. No frills. All of John Burns' favorite stories that he did on the Fantastic Four run. This is a really good one too, with Sue Storm having a miscarriage, and he really tackled some really good topics in his run on the Fantastic Four. He really gave you that they're just not superheroes; they're adventurers, they're explorers, and I think he really had a love for the characters. He didn't have to overdo it. He only had 4 characters that were the main characters he had to work on. He didn't have to work on an ensemble of different type of heroes and suits and uniforms. They all had the same suit, and he did a really good job. I think what I'm going to do, because I want to do a series on Alex Raymond and some of the stuff he did. There's a series he did called Jungle Gym, and man, that right there in itself, we're gonna sift through that. There's a lot of stuff in there that, as a man of brown skin, you really get to see how times were back in the day because the dialogue is just. If I was a different kind of person, I'd be totally upset, but that's not who I am. Um, Al Gordon on the inks. Oh, Amazing. Yeah, so this is what we're getting. Um, it's a really good book if you're interested in John Byrne stuff. Like I said, it's no frills. This is what you get. Um, I'm saying a lot because I'm making sure I pick my words correctly. So excuse me on that. And this is the end of the book. Outstanding artwork as always. John Burns. He's going to go down as one of the greats in comic book history. And this is all you get in the back. You get an afterword. Um, John Byrne, and that's it. And there you have it. Fantastic Four, John Byrne, Artist Select Series. I hope they keep this series going. I think it's really, really a good series, uh, and it's worth the money. You can get it at your local bookstore, comic book store if they have it, for I would say the comic book store that I was going to get the George Perez one was about $75. So I got this on eBay for a little bit more, but that's all right. I appreciate it. So you guys have a good day. Stay healthy, stay wise, keep your mind focused. Don't let anything get on you that you don't need on you, and just stay positive, man. Be around people who's going to uplift you. If you're in this industry of comic books and you like that stuff, enjoy it. Sometimes it's a very good escape. Most of the times it's a very good escape, and just enjoy the ride. Take care, guys.